Accelerator Enablement, which is a project management solution that is enabled through the extension of Microsoft's Project Plan 1. This enables organizations, both business and enterprise, to actually get a quick project management solution extension over Project Plan 1 that implements some of the functionality that organizations really look forward to do that program portfolio project management solution extension based on some of the requirements that our organizations largely seek around managing their projects. We are GLMS, and we are project management specialists, solution specialists, largely around Microsoft technologies. We're gold partners, and we implement solutions for both business and enterprise, largely to catering to their project management needs. Our solutions span technologies such as Azure DevOps, Jira, the integration of project with Jira, Azure DevOps, to provide solutions that enterprises look forward to give them the ability to manage projects irrespective of some of the tools that they might be using. Today's session, however, as I mentioned, will largely be focused around the Project Accelerator enabled project management solution for Project for the Web, Plan 1. Now, for those who are familiar with Microsoft Project or Microsoft Project Plan 1, this is a cloud-based solution from Microsoft that helps organizations manage projects in a light and easy way. So it's got some of really cool functionality to help in the management of project breakdown structures, quite easily done. When you click on the new project button, you have the ability to create a blank project or even import a project from a Microsoft project schedule. I'll show you how easy it is to create like a simple project. You also can create projects based on some of the simple templates, so we can actually pick up one that creates a business plan. So we can create something that creates a business plan. We can use a template, and it gives on a breakdown structure with some tasks and some potential durations as well for some of the activities. Now we can take these activities and assign them to resources in your 365 environment. So it's quite easy. You just go and type in a resource name. For example, I want to assign this to Karen. I can add a group or just assign. I'll create a group for this business plan project. I'm going to create this business plan and create and assign. So I'm creating an Office 365 group, a private group. I'm going to create and assign Karen, etc. And this project solution has got quick functionalities to have a board view, a timeline view, and things like that. But today's session is not so much about use of Microsoft Project, but really extending the Microsoft Project for organizations that want that project management solution capability. On that note, I will talk about the Project Accelerator or the project management solution for Project Plan 1. The project management solution for Project Plan 1 is a Power App based solution that organizations can deploy, extend, and customize. There's obviously a little bit of skill sets required, largely around having capability with Power Apps to extend and customize the project management solution. So GLMS have done some extensions and customizations around the project management solutions, largely catering around some of the requirements that organizations really look for. So when the solution is installed, we basically get some really cool features such as dashboards. These dashboards can be customized and tailored to the organization's need. And it gives you high-level insights. For example, the ones that we're currently looking at is the active project requests. That tells you how many projects are on request, how many projects are in review, how many have been approved. It also breaks down the projects by financial summary by units. This can be configured and customized and extended depending on the organization's needs. But to get a quick level entry start, you come up with a base solution that organizations can then go and extend. These dashboards give you good insight. So for example, financial summary for the breakdown into the insights gives you the ability to view in further detail, not just the graphical representation of the data, but also the underlying data as well. So this has been configured and extended to give you some enhanced functionality such as traffic light reporting and things like that. So going back to the home page, so these dashboards can be extended and customized. Some of the dashboard reporting can also be extended. So for example, a view here that provides you all the tasks or actions that have been assigned to on projects, and that if you want to take a look at who's been assigned what on the particular projects, one can break that down as well. So it tells you the task and the project and the resources that are actually working on those projects. We can quickly filter by the resources as well, so we can basically take a look at what Emma's basically assigned to. So quickly filtering the data tells you the different projects, the number of tasks, the effort that's been assigned on each of the projects across the Emma, and you also get things like start date, end date if required as well. But anyway, coming back to this Project Accelerator solution, the Project Accelerator solution really gives you a very good quick start into managing projects pretty much end to end. Projects can already start their life cycle in what we call as project requests or project initiatives, where users or resources or the team can actually quickly enter and capture project requests or project initiatives through quickly easy capturable data forms that are really built around the Power App technology. These forms can be customized, additional fields can be added, smarts can be added to these forms as well. So let's create a quick request. So a request, let's call it Project Actuate. It's basically the new step. It's probably high priority. It's belonging a project type, and these fields and data capture elements can all be configured and customized and added to. You can have some light prioritization score that comes really pretty much out of the box, but again can be extended and customized depending on the organization's needs. A quick functionality to capture some budget estimates as well, benefits as well. Can be quickly captured at very high level. Formulas and calculations can sit behind this form to present what the ROI would be. So if one saves that form, it will basically spit out an ROI, which basically says the benefit is probably more than negative. So let's just give it a bit more positive to spit out what the ROI would be. So these fields and elements can be basically configured and captured depending on how the organization really wants to capture and assess their project requests or project initiatives. So basically initiatives that are pre-project. Let me save this off. Now behind the scene, there's a Power Automate flow that can be also turned on enabled, that basically can take these project requests and push it into a approval process or based on actions that might be triggered or done on these project requests, moving the project request from a request to a project state. Alternatively, projects can be created directly in the system as well in the project area. Projects can be grouped by program. This basically was a key feature that many organizations always were looking for, the ability to roll up projects into a program and getting the ability to define the projects into a program and then define the program with its own set of attributes. So that has been easily enabled through this solution. So this basically a program presents itself. You can have different elements of capture like you can do for requests as well. You can define the program, give it a name, the state, the priority. You can give the program start and end date. But the really cool thing about the program is you can actually set a budget at the program level. So you could basically give it about a $5 million budget at that level, and you can establish the benefit that the program is achieving to arrive at. Um, Now, as projects get defined within this program, they would start drawing down against the project budget. So that's a really, really cool thing about this solution. So let's save that down from cost reduction. So you can define each programs and as projects are associated to the program. So as you can see, there's one in deployment state. So if we click and check that, you can take a look at all the projects down here, the budget that's been drawn down by the different projects. At a very high level, looking at the financials, $250,000 has been drawn down by the two projects across the $1.2 million budget of the program. So this is really cool way in which organizations can actually set and establish programs and then quickly define projects underneath the program as well. Each program can have its own traffic light status reporting as well, so quickly basically identifying whether projects or the programs are at risks, establishing some quick notes as well on the program, seeing the different projects that comprise that form the program, and seeing how they are from a status level with the budget tracking. So it gives you that whole program level view of all the projects, which was something that was missing in some of the earlier project management solutions around Microsoft technology. So this has been a really, really good way of encapsulating a program level view across projects. Now coming to project level, all these projects can be defined again directly in here. So one can actually create a project directly in the system. Again, these field captures can be defined. With the solution, you get a predefined set of fields, which generally largely meet some of the organization requirements, but typically in our experience, what we see is organizations typically need to extend and configure and customize this. And that's where some of the expertise really comes into understanding how that can be easily done. Then the business case can be formulated across the projects. These fields can be defined as well, gives you an easy ability to capture some of the financial information, some forecast information as well, benefits, funding. We'll come to resource area. And we can then quickly, let's try and define this quick project down here. So let's talk about, let's give this, let's call it project. Again, giving a program type. I can select the program the particular project belongs to, the business unit that's going to run that particular program, define stages. Now these can be, as I mentioned, they can be configured and customized to your requirements. Executive sponsors, it can pick up anybody from the Active Directory. So we can pick up Anna, who's the executive sponsor. The manager we can pick up as Karen. You can define this. You can have the scheduling mode as well, which can be defined in the settings area. You can have calendar templates as well that you can assign to this particular project, whether funding is available or not available. Estimated start date, so very high level, we can estimate the start date and the finish date as well. The rest of it will come from the schedule, which I'll show you in an example shortly. Once we're done, we can save this information. You can make some fields mandatory or not mandatory, depending on what your requirements really are. The business case can be fleshed out. Now, you could also come down and start breaking down your tasks, which basically showcases that really good tight integration between the project plan one and this project accelerator solution. So you can actually start defining your tasks in there. as I mentioned. You can assign it to resources. Again, you can pick up resources from the Active Directory Office 365 as well. Just give it a duration. You can have the start date and the end date. You can add column set. You have different columns you can add. You can add percentage complete. You can add the finish date. You can add the percentage complete, as I mentioned. And of course, you can then assign this to a resource as well. So basically, I can assign this. Let's pick up somebody from the team. Let's pick up Karen from 365. Let's add a group. You can again define the group. So we can create the group there. And you can take a look at the group members. Now, the other thing is you can actually assign this particular project to a predefined group as well, if you like. So you can actually assign this particular project to another group, and that group permissions will then apply to this particular project. So this way I can keep, can even define milestones as well, which is something with 0 duration. And you can actually also create dependencies. So I can basically create a dependency on project that. I can take a look at this in a board view as well. I can take a look at this information, a timeline view as well. And some of the functionalities that come with Project Plan 1 are directly presented in this project management solution. That's a really good thing. Can also do light risk and issue management as well. So again, this form is configurable and customizable. The organization needs, as most organizations would really have their own risk and issue management framework. So you can define your risks in here, assign it to different resources, and they can track the resource, establish impact levels, cost exposures. So these fields basically, as I said, some of them may not be applicable to your organization's risk management framework, but you can tailor the risk here. So let's save and close this. Similarly, you can have issues and changes as well. I'll show you a predefined project that's got some of this information presented, changes. We could also add further tabs in there with some fields that you want to customize. For example, you have a decisions register or decisions tab down there, and you can have your own field capture. So solution can be fairly extended and customized to your needs. So let's pick up a project that would have some data in there. So as you can see, this project, let's go to the business case. Got some business case filled up. Some financial data has been filled up as well. It lists out the different resources in the project team, depending on who's been assigned to tasks on that particular project. So that will be visible on the schedule down here. So this is again a predefined project. It gives you all the project management capabilities that come with Project Plan 1, directly integrated with the solution, define some risks and issues, and also you can do some status reporting as well. At a higher level, you can do how the project has been running, and you can generate your status reports. Now, this might be applicable again for your organization, or may not be applicable to organization, but you can customize and tailor these. Now, the good thing about this is that all the information that comes, you can have different views. So you can take a view for all the closed projects, the active projects. You can also take a look at projects from a financial summary perspective. So building different types of views across your data set. You can take a look at it from a status perspective as well. So you can define the different views that you would like to take a look at your projects and your programs. Security also is fairly extendable. You can basically leverage the Office 365 group securities to assign access to projects and elements that resources need to have access to. With the Accelerator solution, the Microsoft Power BI report pack can be leveraged. That comes with your Plan 1. There's a fair number of reports that are fairly comprehensive. You have the resource dashboard that gives you a clear view of your resource request, um, your program reporting across your program health, schedule health, financial health, and some reporting that's there. Taking a look at the programs from a financial perspective, from a health perspective. So you have a lot of reports down here that one can leverage. There's probably about 78 reports and fairly comprehensive reports, all from a portfolio perspective, but also as you move to the right, not only taking a look at portfolios from a financial perspective or a timeline perspective, you can, or from a milestone perspective, all the upcoming milestones and past, but you have risks, issues, changes, statuses, but also taking a look at resources, a good resource dashboard in terms of who's working on what, and the assignments as well. So what people are really working on. So basically extending and saying the different tasks, which ones are running late, which ones are on time, the different resources. Taking a look at resources themselves in terms of what they've been assigned to and how they've been basically progressed, and um, the amount of work that's been assigned to them, resource allocation, task overview. So the reporting basically is quite comprehensive, and through Power BI you can again extend and leverage as many reports as you like. So I know this has been a very, very quick overview, but in some of the further sessions, I'm probably going to spend a little bit more time on some of these function aspects. Some of the extensions that we have done to the Project Accelerator as well, which are quite useful to some of the organizations that have really leveraged the benefit of implementing this quick and easy um, um, quick start solution to address their project management needs. So I hope this was informative to you, and we'll look to present something else in the future. Have a good day.